So before we start this film on the mountain from Game of Thrones, we have a word from our sponsors, Manscaped, the leaders in below the belt male grooming. They have the Lawnmower 4.0, which is the best tool on the market to keep your man parts clean. Advanced skin safe technology, ceramic blades, making sure everything is safe down there. It's waterproof so you can shave in the shower, and it has an LED light so you can shave in the dark in the shower. It's on this wireless charging system, so you're not just buying batteries every 3 weeks. You shave up, put it on the charger, and next time you're ready to cut some grass, it's good to go. Manscaped is really undefeated when it comes to these package deals. So now they have the Ultra Premium Collection, which is pretty much, I call it the shower package, right? You got a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, body wash, deodorant, a hydrating body spray, which is a spray-on lotion, which sounds pretty fire, and a 3-pack of Manscaped lip balm. You cannot beat these package deals when Manscaped brings it to the table. So that's what I want you to do. We want you to save some money. Voch says this: go to manscaped.com, get a lawnmower, get a weed whacker for those pesky nose and ear hairs, get a performance package 4.0, get the Ultra Premium Collection. Whatever it is you end up buying, which should be everything, at checkout, use promo code VOCH20, VOCH20, VOCH20 for free shipping and 20% off, and we ship internationally. So please check us out at manscaped.com. Let's get into this film, man. So we're watching film on defensive tackle Jordan Davis from Georgia. We're going to watch the film, which is about 5 plays. This is the highlighted version for YouTube. If you want the longer film, then I have those on patreon.com. You go over there. We watch film in long form, the whole game. We watch it as a family. So we watched Jordan about 2 months ago. So go over there and check that stuff out. But we're going to watch this. And after the film, we're going to have a conversation about the player, because I do think there's some very interesting dialogue surrounding Jordan Davis. And he's a pretty polarizing dude. So we'll get into that after the film. Let's boogie. Let's boogie. Jordan Davis is the big one. All right, so like I really shouldn't need the damn indicators on the screen. Like, I'll do it or whatever, you know, for the people. But he's the big one on the defensive line, and he's a very cut and dry player. Like we shouldn't be here very long at all. He's a very cut and dry player, and a very you get what you get kind of guy from him. You know how when you're watching film on certain players and you know sometimes you can't really get a grasp on them because you don't really know what they are. You're not gonna get that from Jordan Davis. You know exactly what this dude is gonna come on your team and do. You know where he's gonna be. Very high floor guy. I don't think his ceiling is gonna go much higher, but coming off the line of scrimmage, he punched people and he does not move. Look at him. Look at him. It's hard to move him. He moves. It take about 3 of y'all, but you know, just like, you know, lifting a couch. You can move a couch by yourself, but the manual tells you not to. Same with Jordan Davis, right? Big, heavy dude, powerful dude. So I want to be real careful highlighting, you know, this play. Let's just watch it, then we'll come back and we'll talk about it as a family, because you know, the draft Illuminati will have you believing something, and it may not really be a thing. I think when we look at Jordan Davis, we're really impressed by what he can do for his size. You understand? So when I say, oh, Jordan Davis has some quickness to him, it's quickness relative for somebody that's 390 pounds. It's not his real weight. Can somebody hit us with his numbers in the comment section, please? Thank you. He's quick for somebody that big. He moves pretty well for somebody that big. I don't want people to get this confused with, you know, him being some Vita Vea, Dontari Poe, I'm this big, I run a 4'9" type character. I don't think that's what Jordan Davis is. But what I think this play shows a really good example of is that he can mix up power and quick for my size. So he's not just going to be a guy that beats you with quickness all the time. That'll be like Devontae Wyatt, the guy that's next to him. But he's a guy that after smoking you with power the entire game, like just smoking you with power, you're probably gonna overset. Like you see him quick setting right now. The center is quick setting to try to get hands on Jordan quickly to try to win that power battle, right? But Jordan can switch it up, and a few times a game is when I would want Jordan Davis to do this. A few times a game, go, okay, I'm not gonna be powerful. I'm gonna go bah, quick, just a quick little jet move over the top to get me free. I think if Jordan starts to do that a bunch, then offensive linemen will get a feel of when he's trying to be quick, and they'll, you know, move their feet to counteract his quickness. When he mixes his quickness in with his power, that's when he's super successful. Now, the first play versus the run was more so Jordan Davis standing somebody up, and he's 390 pounds and he's strong as hell, so he can't be moved. But the running back kind of went a gap, so Jordan Davis was kind of there anyway. I wanted to show this play versus the run because it showed, hey, versus the run, still hard to move, still strong as hell, but now we're in a movement-based situation, right? So if he's versus a power running scheme, if he's versus a zone running scheme, I think it's fair to say that if you run anywhere near a gap, Jordan Davis kind of got this thing locked up. Shouts out to my guy Jeff Kavanaugh, right? He always makes this point. You're a really successful football team when you can find a way to stop the run with less guys, right? And that's where I think part of Jordan Davis's superpowers come from. The fact that you can keep 4 Georgia guys on a linebacker, right? 4 down line. Where my screen at? 4 down linemen and a linebacker, and that's all you're dedicating to the run. Everybody else drop back. You see what I'm saying? And that is power in that. It's power in that. San Francisco won many games on defense, just lining up 4 dudes in front of you, a linebacker stopping the run and dropping everybody else back in coverage. So, you know, Jordan Davis, I don't think he's going to be a star on anybody's defense necessarily, but he could be one of your more important role players here. So this is where the conversation gets kind of interesting. We're talking about Jordan's value as a pass rush. He's an A gap right here. Well, he's kind of, you know, 2-eyeing it or whatever, but Jordan's not going to be like a very good pass rusher for you, or a really polished pass rusher for you. He'll be a fantastic pocket pusher. So if you want to run like screens with him, let him be the anchor dude. Cool, you can do that. But like what a good pass rusher would do is, I don't know, get upfield, spin, use quickness or something like that. Jordan Davis is not going to be that guy for you. So he's not super valuable as a pass rusher in that way. If you're an offensive lineman, you know, and we're pass blocking, there's ways to mitigate a powerful, you know, D lineman running down the middle of you. Like when you go to O-line school, they just kind of teach you to lock your elbows, drop your butt, just give ground slowly. So instead of, you know, Jordan Davis, you know, blowing a hole through this dude's chest, he's moving backwards, but he's going backwards slowly. That's a win for the offensive line here. So, you know, when we watch film, I always encourage people to watch film and not watch highlight tapes or not watch one play that was impressive on Twitter, and let that be the thought and opinion for the player. You know, y'all probably seen this play, Jordan Davis is there. Y'all have probably seen this play floating around Twitter saying, oh, how can somebody that big move that fast? I think that should be corrected to, how can somebody that big move like that? I think that's a more fair way to explain it, because, you know, the headline of that fast would lead you to believe that he's some Vita Vea type character, some Dontari Poe type character. And I just want us to be incredibly safe when we're breaking down Jordan Davis. I don't think he's that guy necessarily. I think what he is he's fantastic versus the run. He can change how you run your defensive line packages or whatnot. But is he going to be a guy that you build your defensive line around? No. But is he a player that you can use to bring out the best of another player on your defense? Sure. So me in particular, right? This film session is for everybody. And I think this is pretty unique because Jordan Davis is probably the first person that's going to be available for everybody, right? This isn't like we're talking about, oh, Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson's probably not going to drop out of the top 5. Jordan Davis can go anywhere between, I mean, if you got the first overall pick, then you got the first pick in the second round too. Like every team is going to have a shot at Jordan Davis, and where he goes is going to be interesting or whatever, right? But say if it's like the Cowboys or something like that, Jordan Davis wouldn't be drafted to be the man on my defense. He'll be drafted so Micah Parsons can run more free, so that we can have more one-on-ones for our 3-tech and our D-ends or whatnot. You see what I'm saying? We wouldn't just let him be that guy, to where if it's the opposite, if we're looking at a guy like, I don't know, like Quentin Williams or something, you would want Quentin Williams to be the best player on your D-line or defense. I'm just talking to Jets fans or whatever, right? That's something that you would be asking him to do. So the weird part about Jordan Davis is that he's a role player, not a star necessarily, but he's a damn good-ass role player though. Damn good-ass role player, right? probably going to be the best role player in this draft. But where do you draft role players? The same place that you draft other role players. And when I say role players, I mean one tech, like nose tackles, Sam linebackers, strong safeties, running backs. Where do you draft those guys? You draft those dudes day 2 and on, day 2, day 3. Jordan Davis has the talent of a top 10 player in this draft. Talent alone, he has the ability to be that, right? But he's not going to give you value as a pass rusher. He's not going to give you value as a star. So he may have top 10 talent, but he probably won't be drafted top 10, strictly based on where the league looks at analytics and, hey, he's a big dude in the middle. I can find big dudes in the middle later on in the draft, and that's a fair statement, and that's not a knock to Jordan Davis. That's just how the league thinks. If you want just some huge dude to sit in the middle, he may not be as good as Jordan Davis, but he can do Jordan Davis's job to some capacity, right? So he may fall in the draft simply because teams feel like they can find a one take later on. You understand? So what's going to happen is, my personal opinion, and this may not happen, somebody may draft Jordan Davis top 10, top 15. In my opinion, that'll be overdrafting him. But what I think could happen is, I think Jordan Davis is going to end up falling to like the late teens or 20s. And that's where I think real life conversations, are going to start to happen, surrounding drafting Jordan Davis. And you're going to be in a situation where, do I take a guy like Nakobe Dean or Jordan Davis? Do I take, one of the last offensive linemen, offensive tackles or whatever that I feel good about? Let's say offensive line to be safe. So Trevor Penning or Jordan Davis. Knowing that offensive linemen are running out at a rapid pace, I can find one text. You understand what I'm saying? So these quarterbacks, there's no clear consensus in these quarterbacks. So you may be a team like Pittsburgh, team like Tampa Bay. Ask yourself, do I need a Jordan Davis, or should I go for one of these quarterbacks that may fall to me? One of these receivers that have been hurt, are one of these guys better than Jordan Davis value-wise? That's the conversation we're going to be having. Oh snap, cornerbacks are running out. So what might end up happening to Jordan Davis here? Not making a bold prediction or anything, but we have to be prepared for the notion that, hey, he may get to the second round. He may get to the second round and be gone in the 30s somewhere. Or we have to take that stance and go, okay, if you're a team that's drafting 24 like my Cowboys, he ain't going to be there at 60. So do you take him now? That's what we're talking about here. Defensive tackles, player value, position value. It's not just one big chart we can look at to be like, hey, what should we do here? That's a talented ass dude. He can probably be the best defensive tackle in the league in a few years, right? But how important is defensive tackle to you? I don't know. Some can look at me and be like, well, Voch, the Rams just won a Super Bowl with their defensive tackle. Sure. But Aaron Donald as a defensive tackle has a different job than Jordan Davis as a defensive tackle. You know what I mean? Michael Brockers, ain't he the one tech for the Rams or something? You know what I mean? Like, so just some things that you got to think about. Some things for y'all to think about. But I love the player. Love the player. And we've been talking about this dude 2 years now, going on 3. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But like I said, if y'all want to see the long form film sessions, y'all want to watch film together as a family, go over to my Patreon, patreon.com/vochlombardi. That's where we get to the good stuff, the All-22 just like this. This is just a 5-play highlight. Follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI, and do other YouTube algorithm, social media things. Y'all know what they are. Y'all hold it down for the Doski, Wilson, and Peasky Whiskey. Till next time, man.